January 19th, Saint Canutus, or Canute, King of Denmark and Martyr. Saint Canutus, King of Denmark, was endowed with excellent qualities of both mind and body. It is hard to say whether he excelled more in courage or in conduct and skill in war, but his singular piety eclipsed all his other endowments. He cleared the seas of pirates, and subdued several neighboring provinces which infested Denmark with their incursions. Saint Canutus succeeded his elder brother Harold on the throne of Denmark in the year 1080. He began his reign by a successful war against the troublesome barbarous enemies of the state, and by planting the faith in conquered provinces. Amid the glory of his victories, he humbly prostrated himself at the foot of the crucifix, laying there his crown, and offering himself and his kingdom to the King of Kings. After having provided for the peace and safety of his country, he married Eltha, daughter of Robert, Earl of Flanders, who proved herself a spouse worthy of him. They are the parents of Blessed Charles, Count of Flanders, a martyr for his faith, brutally slain like his father while in prayer. The justice of Saint Canutus as sovereign became evident when he condemned to death a Danish lord whose vessel, to keep the owner's luxury in place, had pillaged the ship of a neighboring country and massacred the crew. He applied himself to the reform of all internal abuses. For this purpose he enacted severe but necessary laws for the strict administration of justice, the repression of violence and tyranny by the powerful without respect to persons. He favored and honored holy men and granted many privileges and immunities to the clergy. His charity and tenderness toward his subjects made him study all possible ways to make them a happy people. He showed a royal generosity in building and adorning churches, and he gave the crown which he wore, of very great value, to a church in his capital and place of residence, where the kings of Denmark are still buried. To the virtues which constitute a great king, Canutus added those which prove the great saint. A rebellion having sprung up in his kingdom, the king went to church to pray. While in the church of St. Alban, to perform his devotions and return God thanks for all he has given him, the rebels, informed by a rebellious officer, surrounded the church. While the fighting continued, the king soon perceived his danger, and he confessed his sins at the foot of the altar and received Holy Communion. Stretching out his arms before the altar, the saint fervently recommended his soul to his Creator. In this posture he was struck down with a javelin while on his knees by the enemies of his Christian reign. His wicked brother Olas succeeded him in the kingdom. God punished the people during his 8 years and 3 months of reign with a dreadful famine and other calamities. However, he also attested the sanctity of the martyr by many miraculous cures of the sick at his tomb. For this reason, his relics were taken up out of their obscure sepulchre and honorably entombed toward the end of the reign of Olas. His successor, Eric III, a most religious prince, restored piety and religion. He also sent ambassadors to Rome with proofs of the miracles performed, and obtained from the Pope a declaration authorizing the veneration of Saint Canutus, the proto-martyr of Denmark.